What's up? This Chug Rock. What I want to talk about today is a topic about how it's better to be a gentleman as a man than a gangster. You heard me? Because being a gentleman, it it's gonna attract more women. It's gonna attract not only it's gonna attract women, but it's gonna attract good women. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? It'll attract more good women, you know, than toxic women. You know, being a gentleman, excuse me, is better than being some kind of thug, gangster. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? When you being a gangster, thug type of dude, um, you you always in some shit. You'll get somebody in some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you attract toxic women. You know? You heard me? So being a gentleman, aka a good man, is better than being a toxic man, aka a thug gangster dude. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? Because nothing comes out of being a thug type dude, aka a gangster type dude. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? Nothing good comes out of it, you know? So, uh, yeah, man. We as men, we should be gentlemen instead of thugs, gangsters out here. Being a gentleman is better than being a thug. 100%. Way better. 1,000 times better. K times better. You know what I'm saying? So, um, being a gentleman, that's how the gods want you to be. Being a gangster thug, that's how the devil, the demons want you to be in hell. You know? So, um, being a thug, not my style, never will be, never was. And y'all shouldn't want to be that. You heard me? Y'all should want to change that if y'all that already. You know? So, you know, I don't have a violent side just to be violent. You know what I'm saying? I have a violent side when I really need to use that violent side. I don't use that often. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that I don't have to use that. But I would like to use. I would love to use if I have to. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? So I don't love to be violent. Just be violent. Just to harm people and be superior and strength and overpowering. No, no, I'm a good dude. Gentleman dude don't do. I'm a gentleman, so I don't do that. All I want in life is to please women, get sexual favors from them, and enjoy my life. What good comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? Make money, get money. Keep money in my pocket, buy what I want to buy, look fly. That's all I want to do in my life. I don't want to be fighting nobody, killing nobody when I don't have to. I only would love to do that if I have to. And that's how y'all should be. In life, y'all should want to have fun with your life. Make some fun out of it, even though it can bring dark moments. You know what I'm saying? You be the light into it. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You be that flashlight in this world. You know what I'm saying? To see what good can you make out of it. You know, when you like a flashlight, right? A flashlight brings light. Like when you cut that flashlight and it's dark, you can see in the dark. The world is dark. So, if you have a flashlight, if you become that flashlight, the child of light, you hear me? That child of God, you can see through the dark because your light shines. You can see what you can make good out of it. Or if you when you living in darkness, if you're a child of darkness, you're a child of Satan, a child of the demons, you can't see through because you dark, right along with the world. The people stands for the dark. That's why you know what I'm saying, ain't no light, ain't too much light. You hear me? Compared to, you know what I'm saying? If it was, the world wouldn't be like it is, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? People want to say the world messed up, like it is. It wouldn't be no crooked cops like that. It wouldn't be no crooked cops at all, you hear me? If the world wasn't messed up, the so-called justice system will be actually a justice system, and it wouldn't be crooked. No, with no innocent people being be locked up. You heard me? So yeah, the world is fucked up. The world is dark. You bring pain. But you can be the light in the tunnel. You can be the light in that darkness. Out here in the atmosphere. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta show it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show goodness. That's how to be the light. Goodness stands for the light. You know what I'm saying? Badness stands for the darkness. You can't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? You lost. You hear me? You lost in the sauce when you doing wrong. When you out here doing bad. You hear me? You know. You know what I'm saying? So become that light in this darkness. Full of with the around these wicked people. You know what I'm saying? You know. So um, that's what it is. You heard me? Being a gentleman is being a child of the light. Being a thug type nigga is being a child of Satan, a child of darkness. You heard me? Lost, you know, not awoke. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? So, um, um, it is what it is. You heard me? I choose the gentleman over the villain shit. You know what I'm saying? Gangster thug shit. You know what I'm saying? That's villain shit. You heard me? I'm about the hero shit, you know what I'm saying? Protecting people that's good, protecting the innocent, you know what I'm saying? Like my friends, family, you hear me? Those that's the type of man I am. I ain't just no thug or talking about I'll clap a nigga, I'll kill a nigga. I want to kill that nigga and I'll do that. I'm not about that. I won't mind killing nobody, but if it will be for a just cause. You try to harm me, you try to harm my family and stuff. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't trying to harm my family or friends, we good. You know what I'm saying? People that's around me that I care about, we good. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? And it is what it is. Ain't no thug type nigga. A thug type nigga will do both. And I don't want to do both. I just do one. Protect my family and friends and myself. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You heard me? You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't come talking, no, I'm not coming for you when you make threats. I'm waiting for you to come to me so I can make my move to justify what I gotta do. To take you out of here or hurt you really bad to make you not want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about with me. Respect. It's just about respect because I'm the type of dude that love to be respected. You know what I'm saying? 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be hated. I don't like to be disliked. I don't like to, you know what I'm saying, be disrespected. Basically, I wish that everybody can respect me and like me and love me. I don't like to be hated. I don't like to be disrespected. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of brother I am. That's a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? Gangster thug type of niggas, they earn their respect through being ruthless. Not being gentle, not showing no remorse to people. They don't show remorse. They villains. They evil. Just like evil cops. Criminals. You know what I'm saying? When you call yourself a gangster, you calling yourself a criminal. When you call yourself a thug, you calling yourself a criminal. You can't clean shit into chocolate. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? It's gonna always taste like shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the chocolate is the gentleman shit. You know what I'm saying? The thug shit, that's the dookie. That's the shit in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? That's not sweet at all. Ain't nothing sweet about being a thug. You hear me? Because only two things happen today. Death. Only three things gonna happen. Death. Wait a minute. Prison. Getting locked up in jail. Death and hell. You know, three things. I should stop talking about uh two things, incarceration and death. It's the third thing too. Hell, you know what I'm saying? If you die, if you die in that wickedness, being a gangster, being a thug, you heard me? So taking the gentleman route is the right route for a man. Not no thug shit. You can be tough and be a gentleman. A gentleman is tough too. You heard me? I believe it's two different types of gentlemen. It's two different types of gentlemen. It's the soft, too soft kind, the soft as cotton, and it's the rough around the edges kind. You don't take no shit like me. You heard me? You know, don't get it fooled. Don't take my kindness for weakness. I ain't no weak gentleman. It's weak gentlemen's and there are tough gentlemen's out there like me. You heard me? So don't take me for no weak dude, just because I'm a gentleman and I'm so kind hearted, sweethearted. No, don't take it like that. Don't take it like I'm just this punk, just this faggot, just this punk that'll get bullied. No, no, no. I can be like them gangsters too, you know what I'm saying? See, a good gentleman, they can be like they can get tough just like those gangster dudes, thug dudes in the streets. But it's a righteous purpose when they do that. You know what I'm saying? They only a gentleman only snaps. A good gentleman only snaps when it's a right purpose to do that. He only get like a gangster when it's a right purpose, not because somebody said something to him or threatened him. Nah, it's because they try to make an attempt what they said out their mouth or something. They trying to harm his family or friends. You heard me? Then a gentleman becomes ruthless and aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But a thug type dude, they'll make a move whether you try to comfort their family, friends, them, they'll come and try to come to you first, or you know what I'm saying? Ain't about both. And then I get themselves locked up. They ain't smart. A criminal type dude ain't smart. You know, aka a thug type, gangster type dude, they're not smart at all. Because they'll use violence when they have to and when they don't have to. They just done with it. They just all the way done with it. They don't be thinking. They don't care about their life. When you a gangster, you don't care about your life. When you a thug, you don't care about your life. You don't care about shit about your life. You don't care if you die or get incarcerated for the rest of your life. You just don't care. A person that's a gentleman like me, we care about our lives. You know, ain't no such thing is a good thug. You know, like Tupac tried to make it out to be. No such thing as a good gangster. All gangsters are thug, which are thugs, are criminals and bad people. You know, whether they male or female, you can't turn shit into a chocolate. When you try to make the term thug into a good term, you try to turn shit into chocolate. The shit you flush down the toilet, or the shit that all beings uh have that comes at their ass. You trying to turn that into chocolate. You can never turn that into chocolate. It always gonna taste. It always gonna not be good because it's not chocolate. It's always gonna stink. When it comes out because it's not chocolate. Chocolate smells good. So you can't turn the label gangster or thug into something good. That's like changing. You might as well say criminal. It's a good criminal. There's no such thing as a good criminal. When you're saying a thug, I'm a good thug, you're saying you're a good criminal. No such thing. A criminal is tied to being ruthless, disobeying the laws, being devilish. You know what I'm saying? Being on demon time, thinking like a demon. You heard me? Not thinking, just being violent for any little thing, not being disciplined. You're savage, you're not thinking, you're ruthless, and you don't have a conscience. Thugs don't have a conscience of what they do. We gentlemen, we do. We good men, we do. You heard me? So with that being said, y'all, become gentlemen instead of gangster type dudes out here. You know, there's too many guys that want to be gangster out here that I that I see. You know, that I see on the internet, or it's too much gangster promotion, thug life mentality promotion, like Tupac. Tupac started that bullshit, and it need to stop. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And people gravitate towards negativity in general anyway. That's why they would rather prefer the drama over the peace. You know what I'm saying? Being a gentleman, making peace. Being gentlemen try to make peace before they get violent. You know what I'm saying? A ruthless thug don't want that. He want drama. He want the adrenaline of killing and beating down people. He want that. He love to fight and be violent. You know what I'm saying? A gentleman don't like that. A gentleman don't want to be that way unless he have to. You know, they got self control. A gangster, a thug don't have self control over themselves. You heard me? So it's way better being a gentleman, a good gentleman, than a wicked, violent thug. Peace.